I just hit 900 subscribers, and to celebrate, I'm doing a Q&A. Yesterday, I posted on my community tab that I will be doing a Q&A, and I got a pretty good amount of questions. So I'll be reading them here today with Catawampus. He has now ridden 29 coasters since you guys last saw him, which was, I think, probably when I got him, like about half a year ago. So 29 coasters. Unfortunately, as you can see, his chain is no longer with us. Unfortunately, I lost it on Gotham City Escape. The first question here is from Vertical Loop, who actually gave me 3 questions. The first one is, what is the rarest coaster credit you have? This could go a few different ways. You could say it's more like something unreliable, and for that case, it would probably be like Furious Baco, Pantherian, or Lightning Rod, or it could be something that's now defunct. The best defunct coaster I've ridden is probably Nighthawk at Carowinds. The next question from Vertical Loop is, what is the best inversion you have been on? That is a pretty easy one for me. Well, I've been on some amazing ones, such as the Iron Gwazi Death Roll and the Ride to Happiness Flying Snake Dive thing. I would definitely say the Velocicoaster Mosasaurus Roll. That thing is so insane. Plus, you're over water, which just adds this crazy feeling like you're just gonna fly into the water. And it's so forceful. It's profiled, not like a regular Heartline roll. Like, it's almost like corkscrew Heartline roll. It's just so intense. You gotta experience it for yourself. The last question from Vertical Loop is, what coaster exceeded your expectations more than any other? This one's also a pretty easy one. This is actually a coaster that I already talked about just like 20 seconds ago, and that's Nighthawk at Carowinds. It's also defunct now, and when I rode it back in 2024 in its last operating year, I thought it was really good. Like, it gets a lot of hate for being rough and just uncomfortable. I did not think it was rough. I don't know what those people were talking about. It was really fun. Also, I got a Zen ride on it. The next questions are from Cena Coasters, who also gave me 3 questions, so thank you guys for all of these. So, the first one is, are you going on any big trip soon? So, of course, I just got back from Europe 2026, not too long ago. I still need to get some of those vlogs out. Later this year, in November, I will be going to Texas, and I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be getting on some amazing rides that actually just opened, such as Circuit Breaker, Tormenta, Barracuda Strike. That might not be as amazing, but just some amazing rides. I've been to Texas before. I love rides such as Iron Rattler. What else is there in Texas? The new Texas Giant, I guess. But yeah, like, I'm really excited to get on a bunch of new rides. There's a bunch of new rides there. Hopefully I'll get to Coda Land when it opens, because they haven't announced any sort of opening date for that. They say it's in the summer, but like, no way it's in the summer. So I also missed Wonder Woman last time I went. That was closed, unfortunately, which is a big shame. I waited like an hour for it, and it broke down, and it was like off and on breaking down and reopening throughout the whole day, so I'm hoping I'll be able to get on that. But I have ridden Railblazer, so I have a bit of an idea of what it would be like, and I love Railblazer. The next question from Cena Coasters is, what is your current #1 bucket list coaster? Yet again, another very easy one. Egenika Fuji-Q Highland. I think it might be the only coaster in the whole world that could possibly be better than Ride to Happiness. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I love X2. I'm imagining a smoother, even more intense, taller version of it, and that sounds amazing. The last question from Cena Coasters is, what's your favorite movie? I would probably say The Hunger Games. Oh gosh. I'd probably say The Hunger Games Catching Fire. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but that plot twist is insane. The next questions are, once again, 3 questions that are from Coaster King USA. The first one is, outside the US, what's your favorite country for amusement parks? So, I think there's 2 countries that definitely stand out for me. Germany has a great lineup of amusement parks, but Voltron and Europa Park as a whole definitely put a bit of a dent into that, and that's why I think I'm leaning towards the other one. Spain. Spain has, again, amazing lineup of coasters. Gotham City Escape, amazing. Or I guess the question was parks. Gotham City Escape's amazing. Portaventura is amazing. Red Force. There's just a lot of amazing coasters and also amazing parks. The next question from Coaster King USA is, if you were to choose one YouTuber to run all amusement parks in the US, who would it be? These are the questions that I was looking forward to here. So, of course, there's a few very popular picks, like Coaster Studios, Airtime Thrills, Coaster Dash, some of those. Personally, I'd probably pick Airtime Thrills. I don't really have an explanation to why. I just think that would be good. The last question from Coaster King USA is, what's the most overrated ride you've been on? I see we have a newbie here. All jokes aside, if you know this channel really well, you know what it is. I'll put a picture on screen. The next question is from Over Texas Fan. He said, what is your most anticipated coaster for 2026? This is also a pretty easy one. It's in my home state. It's going to be the best coaster in my home state, probably. I'm so excited for this. Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift at Universal Studios Hollywood. Not Orlando. That one's called Orlando Drift. I know it's not actually, but that's what we call it. Terrible name. Seriously though, like, I'm so excited for it. It's like Velocicoaster, but like Ride to Happiness. It's a mix. It's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited for it. It's gonna be opening in a few months, I think. And then number 2 for me would probably be Tormenta, because I am riding that later this year. And it's also an Over Texas fans profile picture, which makes sense because Over Texas fan. It's a big thing for Texas. Tallest coaster in Texas. World's first Giga Dive coaster. That will be cool too. Now I got 3 questions from Express Thrills. The first one is, what's your top bucket list park outside the US? This one, I would very much like to go to Energylandia. That would be really cool. But for me, it's definitely Tokyo Disney Sea in Japan. My friends just went there. It looks awesome. Seriously, like Journey to the Center of the Earth, that looks insane. Tower of Terror looks awesome. They don't have that much else, but the theming there looks incredible. Like, it doesn't even look like a theme park. They got a volcano. Come on. I just realized I totally forgot about Catawampus. I'm sorry, buddy. Anyways, next question is also from Express Thrills, of course, and that is, what's your top bucket list coaster outside of Edgenica? So, I can see he knows what my top bucket list coaster is. But what's my top bucket list coaster outside of Edgenica? Well, I would definitely... So there's a few good options. There's a lot of amazing coasters that I haven't ridden yet, such as Zadra, Stardust Racers, Air Force One, Hyperia, Hyperion. So many amazing roller coasters that I haven't ridden yet, although I would probably pick Stardust Racers because that just looks absolutely awesome. Special shout out, honorable mention to the new Fast and Furious. I just talked about this. Fast and Furious Orlando Drift. Hollywood Drift is stupid. Orlando Drift. Orlando Drift is what we're going to be calling it, because I can't it's just dumb. It's just dumb. But seriously, though, that coaster, it's kind of annoying that Orlando copied. Like, Orlando was all these amazing coasters, and Hollywood finally gets one good coaster, unique coaster, and then Orlando just copies it and makes it even better. But it looks like it's going to be amazing. Possibly better than Velocicoaster. I mean, it goes backwards. It's spinning. So, yeah, and I will be riding that next year when it opens, so I'm really excited about that. That's the one reason I didn't really put it in, because, I mean, it's still under construction. Last question from Express Thrills is, what is your favorite dark ride? So I'm not really a dark ride person. However, I do have to say, I do absolutely love 2 at Disneyland, which are Indiana Jones, which is absolutely amazing. But then there's the one that I do definitely prefer, which is Rise of the Resistance. Oh my gosh. You kind of just have to ride it to know what it's like. It's so immersive. It's so insane. There's the one room with the massive AT-ATs. Like, I'm not even a big Star Wars fan, and I love this. There's, like, the room with the massive AT-ATs, and it's, like, it feels like it's hundreds of feet tall. It's not actually. It doesn't really feel like it's hundreds. Like, 100 feet tall. But, like, seriously, top-tier ride. Top-tier ride. Absolutely amazing. And then Indiana Jones has that crazy off-road thing. And then that boulder. The next question is from Everything Roller Coasters. They said, if you had to choose a coaster to ride 50 times in a row, what would it be? Well, I would definitely not pick something rough like X2. I'd probably pick something smooth. Maybe actually Big Bear Mountain. I can't really handle re-riding stuff an insane amount. Like, literally just half that. Like, 25 rides on Ghost Rider kind of broke me. But, yeah, so, like, I'd probably pick, like, Big Bear Mountain or something, even though that ride is so overrated because it's not that intense. That's the point. That's something I could feasibly ride 50 times in a row. The next question is from Coastal Thrills. He said, what is your favorite coaster element on a coaster? So I'm assuming this means just in general, on like most coasters, because obviously I'd say the Mosasaurus roll. But I would probably say an airtime hill, most likely like a floater airtime hill. I love ejector. If it's sustained ejector, I'm good with that. The little bumps on Steel Vengeance are no bueno. Those aren't good. Now, like, floater airtime hill on Mako, 5-second floater hill. It's crazy. You're just floating zero gravity for like 5 seconds straight. I know it doesn't sound like much, but trust me, when you're on it, it's like forever. The next question is from RCT3 is Epic, and he said, what coaster or ride do you think has the best original music? So I would probably say Hyperia. That was horrible. Oh my gosh. So there's some other amazing ones, such as Helix. How does that go again? That one's also great, but yeah, I'm going to give it to Hyperia. The next question comes from Spirit Fan of Hollows. They said, what is the best haunted house at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas? So I've never been to the Halloween event at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. The closest thing would be Poltergeist Q, which that kind of is a haunted house, honestly. The next question is from Falco Flare Shimmer. They said, what is your bucket list roller coaster or park? As I said earlier, my top bucket list roller coaster is Ejinika, and my top bucket list park is Tokyo Disney Sea. The next question, as a filming, actually just came in, like just now, and that is, what is your favorite... Oh, sorry. It's from Furina the Hydro Archon. The question was, what is your favorite coaster from B&M? An Intamin and RMC. Favorite coaster from B&M is pretty easy. That's Fury 325. Favorite coaster from Intamin, definitely Gotham City Escape. I do prefer that over Velocicoaster. And my favorite coaster from RMC is Iron Gwazi. I know it's controversial. A lot of people say Steel Vengeance, but Iron Gwazi is so good. Like I said earlier, that death roll. The next question is actually also from Furina the Hydro Archon, and it is, and do you prefer layouts that focus more on airtime or inversions? This is a pretty hard one. For RMCs, I definitely prefer more like layouts with inversions. Actually, I mean, if it's like sustained, again, I really don't like all those little pops like on Twisted Timbers and Steel Vengeance. But yeah, the ones like Mako, like B&M Hypers, those are amazing. Now, inversions, I can't really think of layouts that specifically stay with inversions. It's usually airtime, I guess, like B&M inverts, so in that case, I'd say airtime. The next question is from Thuzy25, and he said, what is the most underrated coaster that you have ridden? So this is a little bit different from what coaster exceeded my expectations most. This one is more about what I think is really underrated, obviously. So one of the things that definitely stands out for me is Steel Eel at SeaWorld San Antonio. I just remember that had insane airtime. The problem is I rode that was like when I first became a coaster enthusiast. I rode that like 3 years ago almost. So I definitely need to get back on it, which I will be doing. So I'll get an updated thing on that. I just remember thinking that airtime was crazy, but that might have been little Thuzy me. But yeah, also some like other coasters such as Red Force, which people say, top 30 coaster, really good. I think it's top 10. I think it's amazing. I think it's elite. I think it's like the speed. I think it's how insane the speed is. My face is getting pushed back. Another one that is also pretty underrated is Millennium Force. I know that gets a lot of hate, but at this point, so many people hate on it about it being overrated that it's kind of underrated now. Harmonious Theme Parks asked, what's the worst coaster you've ridden? I would personally definitely say Anaconda at King's Dominion. Thank goodness that thing was removed. I mean, here's a few clips from my review about it.
And then you go into a transition that genuinely scared me because it was so rough. I thought I got a concussion on it. That's why I call this transition the Russian concussion.
Next question's from Velocity Elevators, and they said, what is your favorite Intamin that isn't a Blitz? So of course, a lot of my favorite Intamins are Blitzes, so I would probably say Conda. Expedition G-Force is another good one. Red Force also is really good. Furious Baco, Accelerator. You can see there's still a lot of launch coasters, but they're technically not Blitzes. Real quick interruption. The next question is from Technical Thrills, and he asked, what channels are you subscribed to? So I did record myself saying it, but it was just like a 3-minute long clip. It would have taken forever to edit. There was just a bunch of other problems. Like, it would have been much longer to the video. It would have made the video unnecessarily long. So, yeah, the footage you're seeing on screen is just the channels I'm subscribed to. The next coaster... No, why do I keep saying that? The next question's from Joyride Coasters. They asked, what's a coaster that was so hyped up in your mind, but when you rode it, it wasn't all that good? Did I just crush? That was a fail. The next question's from Joyride Coasters. They asked, what's a coaster that was so hyped up in your mind, but when you rode it, it wasn't all that good? Voltron. In all seriousness, I would probably say maybe Big Bear Mountain. Like, I thought it was going to be, like, this amazing family coaster, like, one of the best family coasters, and I'm like, this is tame. Like, I've ridden kiddie coasters more intense than this. The second and last question is from Keep Coasting On. They said, would you rather ride a janky SLC or delete your channel? Get me on that janky SLC. I'm not deleting my channel. So, like, I've ridden Kong at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. I kept my head forward. I didn't even get a headache. It was fine. I would much rather go through that experience, 50-50 of getting a headache or not, than deleting my channel, which is at 900 subscribers. And the last question, ending off on a big note here. It's from Fi. Fi asks, when are you riding Flying Fi? No, you said Flying Fish, but I'm going to call it Flying Fi. So, I actually have been to Thorpe Park. You guys probably don't know this. I went to Thorpe Park about 3 years ago when I first became a coaster enthusiast, when I was first becoming a coaster enthusiast, so I missed a lot of credits. It was before Hyperia opened. I saw the construction for it, which was cool. And yeah, one of the credits I missed was Flying Fi. So hopefully I'll get back to Thorpe Park one day, except it will not be to ride Flying Fi. It will be to ride Hyperia. Because, like I said, that's one of my top bucket list coasters. So, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for getting me to 900 subscribers. In fact, as of the time I'm recording this right now, I'm at 971. So, that means we're on the road to 1K.